The average cruiser spends $900 or more per cruise just to book a balcony cabin. I used to do this until I realized that it's usually not worth it. I'm going to give you 5 reasons to save that $900 and book interior, and one scenario when you absolutely shouldn't. And I'm going to show you how you can still end up in that balcony cabin for a huge discount even when you don't book it. I'm Gary with Optimal Cruising, bringing you fresh cruise advice, money-saving hacks, and secret strategies the cruise lines don't advertise. Let's dive in. I'll be honest, for years I was sold by the cruise lines on that image of sitting out on my balcony, relaxing and watching the ocean go by. But over the years, I started to count up the minutes I actually spent out there. And the truth is, it wasn't really that much. And this is especially true when I book one of the newer ships or one of the bigger ships, because all the newer ships these days have all the extras, from water slides to zip lines to wave riders, all the entertainment, a lot of different venues. There's so much to do and see, and part of that is the reason I booked that ship. And I find that I feel if I'm in my cabin, I'm missing out. And if you like booking itineraries with a lot of port days, that's going to mean even less time spent in your room. Saving that $900 can go a long way to some awesome shore excursions. Let's talk about the money breakdown. So I like to tell my wife when she's asking me why we don't have a balcony cabin, that saving that $900 per cruise means we can do an extra cruise this year. And that always seems to make it worth it. But there are other things you can do with that money. So let's take a look at the math here. So here you have a typical 7-night Caribbean cruise with Norwegian, and the difference in price between the interior and balcony cabin is over $500 per person. That's an extra $1,000 for a couple to go on this cruise. And here we have another example with MSC. This is also for a 7-night Caribbean cruise on the MSC World America, which is their latest and greatest ship. And the interior room is going for $735 per person, while the balcony is $1,155 per person. So that comes to about $850 extra for a couple to book a balcony cabin on this ship. And there are some real advantages to interior rooms. Years ago, I was on a cruise where I had booked a balcony cabin, and another cruiser from across the hall came up to me and said, "I don't know how you sleep in those things." And he was in an interior cabin. So there were 3 things he was really talking about: darkness, temperature control, and noise. So in an inside cabin, it gets pitch black, completely dark. If you're a light sleeper, you can get that cabin as dark as you want. And when the sun comes up in the morning, you won't even know it. On balcony cabins, those curtains work, but not completely. And light starts creeping in. And if you have trouble sleeping when it starts brightening up, those cabins are going to wake you up early on most days. And then it's much easier to control the temperature in an inside cabin, especially on Caribbean cruises or Mediterranean cruises in the summer where the sun gets really hot. Those exterior balcony cabins don't handle that as well, and sometimes the AC can't keep up, and so the room is not at the temperature you would like, and for some people it's hard to sleep in a warm room. And balcony cabins just tend to be a little bit more noisy than interior cabins, mostly because they're on the exterior of the ship. And if you're on an itinerary that has a lot of calls on ports, when the ship is getting into those ports, which is usually pretty early in the morning, you're going to start hearing noise from the activity going on to get that ship docked and roped up and everything else that goes on. If you are in an interior cabin, you're not going to hear any of that. So an interior cabin might actually be more comfortable, and you can take that $900 and do this. I'm all for saving money on a cruise, but I like to get the full experience. So if I save $900 by booking an interior cabin, I could use that money to get more out of my vacation. For example, I take $500 of those dollars and get the unlimited drink package for me and my wife. I take $200 of those dollars and get a specialty dining package. That leaves me with $200 to spend on a couple short excursions. That means I'm getting a whole lot more out of my cruise simply by giving up the balcony. What do you think? What would you spend that money on? The balcony or something else? And while I admit the interior cabin is not for everyone, here's who it really works for. My wife and I are pretty active people, and that's why this scenario is perfect for us, because even if we had a balcony cabin, we'd feel kind of guilty just spending our cruise in there. We want to go out and see what's going on. We want to be part of it. We like to sit by the pool. We like to participate in dances. We like to do different activities that are on board. We like to see the shows, the entertainment. We like to do some of the classes that they have. Sometimes it's just nice to just sit in a public area and just watch people go by. You're not going to get so much of that sitting out on your balcony. This also works well for anyone who is a light sleeper or who likes to take naps in the middle of the day, because you can go to your inside cabin and get complete darkness. And it's great for families, especially with kids who are at an active age, and you don't have to worry about anything going on that balcony that might get a little dangerous. Now, I'm about to tell you how you can end up in a balcony anyway, even if you don't book it, and at a huge discount. But first, if you've gotten any good information so far, make sure you subscribe to our channel and become part of the Optimal Cruising family. Now, let's look at the one reason why you should always book a balcony cabin. If I'm going on a cruise, which is a bucket list type of cruise, like a cruise to Alaska or a cruise in Norway, where the scenery is the cruise, that's a time you really want to book that balcony, because so much of that cruise involves the ship going by some amazing sights that you might spend a little bit more time out on that balcony, and you might be more comfortable there for a great part of the time than trying to stand out in the elements, because these cruises can be in colder, rainy, wetter weather where it's not as nice to be on the outer decks. Now, if the balcony isn't absolutely essential, let's talk about how you can get into one for a lot less. In the last 2 years, I've actually been upgraded from an interior room to a balcony cabin for free twice. Now, both of these times it happened with MSC, and they're a newcomer to the game, and a lot of cruise lines don't do this so much anymore. But almost every cruise line offers an ability for you to bid on an upgrade into a balcony cabin. And this will usually happen 2 or 3 months before the cruise is to set sail. You'll get an email, some type of notification that you can place a bid on a balcony. And the interesting thing is, usually you can win those bids for about 30 to 50% less than what you'd pay up front. So if you save $900 by booking that interior cabin, and then you get this offer to bid on an upgrade, you can usually bid, depending on the cruise line, between $400 and $600, and you'll likely win that bid into the balcony. Okay, that's a huge savings. At least $300 to $500 savings. That's still a lot more money to play around with that you didn't have if you booked the balcony outright. Let me know if this strategy is for you. And then once you book that cabin, there are some crucial things you'll want to do the moment you get on that ship to ensure a better vacation. I'll tell you all about those right here.